Good afternoon. We're ready to rock and roll on a Tuesday. Rico back from the left coast.
You miss me, buddy.
Segments, certain ones, yes, others, no. We'll get to that today, though. Let's just do this. And I want to lean on David. You know, David is a very virile man. David has 7,000 children. He also counsels marriages and couples as a part of his
3. Yeah.
Right, and he is. He's a counselor. This is a leader. Because the story of the day is something where, you know what, why not just have a Wolverine tell me how I'm supposed to react to the Harbaugh news? Sparty. Tell me how. Because clearly if I react the way I want to react, which I will react, I mean,
you do realize everything that you said in the last month that the Big Ten goes through Ann Arbor, all is about to go out the window after what you say today.
Right, because this is a lot like arguing with the fringe on the left or the fringe on the right, depending on your political leanings.
Today is official party lines.
Yes.
Are you pro-cheeseburger or anti-cheeseburger?
Coming at 2:30, AOC and Marjorie Greene Taylor join the discussion. So here's the point. It's going to be like arguing with them today. It's just... So let's just get into this.
Sticking your fingers in your ear. Nah.
So, Yahoo Sports. Jim Harbaugh has negotiated what looks to be a 4-game suspension. Sharon Moore and Garrett Newsom, 1 game each. And then Mike McDonald, who ain't here no more, he has a show cause penalty, which basically makes it impossible to be hired in college football again. Okay. Now, I understand. Cheeseburger. It's not about an effing hamburger, so just stop with that talking point. Stop. Told you from the beginning. All you had to do was cop to this, and it went away. But what you did, look, what Harbaugh did is what he always does. He thinks he's above everything. He doesn't have to play by the rules. He just does whatever he wants to do. And frankly, you empower him. Not you as a listener. I'm saying that the university, they empower him. Does whatever he wants. There's really no repercussions. The only thing that was ever going to get him hurt was losing to OSU. That's why they took his money. That's why half of you wanted him gone. Now he's winning. You beat OSU, and it doesn't matter what he does. You're just going to look at it and try to, you know what, I'm sure there are churches in Chelsea or the surrounding Ann Arbor, Bellevue area that are currently carving wooden Harbaughs to put up on the crucifix at Mass this Sunday. Put a little pair of transition lenses on that puppy. Why not? Jesus has been replaced by Jim. So here's what it is. It's 4 games. It goes in front of the NCAA committee. You say whatever you want about the NCAA. We know they're idiots. We know they're scumbags. The point is you don't lie to them.
Right.
You just don't do it. You know, Bruce Pearl lied to him. You guys call Bruce Pearl a dirtbag. Urban Meyer got 3 games because of what his scumbag assistant coach did, and eventually was fired / walked out the door. Jim Tressel got 2 because he wanted to protect his players and lied to the NCAA. Jim Harbaugh really got 6 and negotiated it to 4.
I wonder how much of the negotiation is you have to cop to this.
Oh, and say I actually lied?
You cop to this, it's 4 games. You want to ride this into the sunset, we'll take it all the way to the letter of the law that we can. That's because they're negotiating, which means they're not quite there yet. And I wonder if it's, you got to admit that you lied, Jim. And if you could just admit it's 4 games, we move on.
As is the case most times, the cover-up's worse than the crime. I don't really care. But you did a lot of stuff wrong. I mean, again.
There were level 2 violations. You're right.
Right. There's 4 level 2s, and he's got the level 1, which carries a 6-game and a recruiting restriction according to NCAA statutes.
Oh, no. I mean, he lied about level 2 things. Like
meeting with 2 recruits during the COVID dead period, texting recruit outside of the allowable time period, having analysts do on-field coaching duties during practice and games, which you can't do, and having coaches watch players work out via Zoom. Here's bottom line. None of that causes me to lose sleep.
No.
Okay? I'm not clutching my pearls. I just want to know from David. Again, I kick back. The sicko in me goes, man, imagine if this was good old Mel up in EL.
Oh, Tuck cheating.
Myth album would have a little book signing deal right out in front of Poncheros.
Yeah,
it would be a scene.
I knew they just gave him way too much money. He couldn't handle it. See? Self-destruction. Yeah.
I mean, David, help me. Because I know if this happened at OSU, Michigan would be very supportive.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's no big deal.
Well,
Ryan Day is a good man. We love his rosy little cheeks.
Runs a great program.
They had a GoFundMe for the entire OSU staff. Both times the coaches got caught.
So tell us how we should react as known Sparty scumbags.
It's just a cheeseburger, fellas.
Indeed.
I'm sorry.
Indeed.
I'm sorry.
I can't believe that's.
It is. I mean, come on, dude. It is. Just stop lying. All you have to do is Jim Harbaugh is to stop lying. Control what you can control and admit to what you did. Stop trying to be the, oh my gosh, I can get away with anything and everything type guy. Just tell the NCAA the truth. You made it worse, Jim Harbaugh.
Correct.
Michigan fans need to just admit that. Stop saying it's just about cheeseburgers.
Right.
Stop saying the NCAA is coming after us. No, Jim Harbaugh lied. That's the end.
Right. Or if you're a Michigan fan, shrug it off and say, you know what? That's just the price of doing business.
Correct. It sure is.
Kenny, what weaklings we got calling and hanging up? What's the problem?
No, just somebody wanted to talk about something different. That's all.
Oh, too bad. So the point is, listen, I really don't care because let's face it, you guys are going to be favored by 30 points in each of the first 4 games. This doesn't really have an on-field impact.
No.
And I'm not all upset about what he did. I mean, I think the thing that's laughable to me, what upsets me, is I feel like I'm living in idiocracy where you can make salient points and the only thing you people give back in regards to your football program is Brondo has electrolytes. No, it's okay to just say you have a kick-ass team and the Big Ten goes through Ann Arbor. But you know what you don't get to do? You don't get to look down on Kirby Smart or Nick Saban or Lincoln Riley or any of the other coaches you probably can't beat. Because for all the times you want to call them scumbags, none of them have level 1 violations. No. I don't think Nick Saban got suspended for 4 games.
No.
I don't think Kirby Smart has gotten suspended for 4 games.
No.
Lincoln Riley?
Nope.
Like Ryan Day?
No.
So that would be the one is I just find it hilarious you want to continue to act like you are somehow above. You're not. The only people you're above might be Miami and a guy like John Ruiz. You're not handing out $20 million to your recruits. Cool. Neither are we.
But that's just it. It's the fact that this hurts the pride. That's it for Michigan. It's your pride because bottom line, you're going to win these games regardless of who's coaching.
Rico could coach you. You will win all 4 of these games.
Toons is the cat. Could be out there on the sideline driving a car into the tunnel and still win.
They'd win.
Okay, but this is, you can't walk around and say you're above all of this. You do things the right way. You know what you do? You do it just like everybody else, and it hurts your pride. That's what this is. And I still think that, and I don't know this for a fact, but part of the negotiation is, Jim, you got to fess up to this. If you want the 4 games, fess up right now that you lied. You don't want to fess.
It's kind of silly. But hey, I'm sure it'd be the same if it was up in EL. I'm sure. I can't wait for the scribes. I can't wait for the bought and paid for portion of the media. It's going to be an exciting day. Tell me it's, the NCAA. It was the wrong move. I just, go ahead. And again, guys, please, let's not do straw man. What he did doesn't keep me up at night.
No.
It's the idea that it's just, he does whatever he wants. You guys turn a blind eye, and it's the most pathetic thing in the world.
He never has to explain anything. Everything gets buried, swept under the rug. And this is just yet another thing. And I guess, had he just fessed up, this goes away.
Correct. There was no reason to fight it. You go, oops, my bad. They slap you on the wrist. You call it a day.
Move on.
No, especially after COVID, you could easily plead ignorance because a whole new set of rules came out. Most people didn't know the set of rules before COVID. Now you can be like, wait, so we couldn't do that. No, Jim. You know what? Sorry. That's on me. We should have known better. I'm sorry. Won't happen again.
I think it's hilarious that as bad as the NCAA is, as goofy as they are, they got the guy dead to rights. I mean, think about it. If you could beat the rap, you'd fight it. He was never going to beat the rap. They got him. Somehow, some way, they got him. And they were going to give him 6 games on the level 1 charge. He had to negotiate down to 4, which is his prerogative, and it's the right thing to do. but it's just so silly to me. So I guess my question is, I don't know. Like imagine it. I guess imagine if this were OSU. Forget about Michigan State because we can't get up off the floor now.
If this was OSU,
they'd want Ryan Day fired today.
This is a rogue program. This is Ohio. This is what they do down there. It would just be all negative stuff, and
if
you
it
need
was
to get
Michigan
rid of.
State, the message would be, see, that's why you shouldn't have paid the coach this money.
Oh, baby.
He can't control things up there.
Tuck suspended.
Oh,
right.
The Detroit media would have a booth set up outside the football building.
Mm-hmm.
They may merchandise Tuck cheating shirts.
Right. They'd be auctioning off that slingshot. Well, he won't need this.
So here's my other question, though. Now is the move for your fan base today, David? Well, everyone's doing bad stuff. Is that what we're going to get?
I've seen that already. Yeah.
No, I just if I have a bingo board, I'm pretty sure I'd win.
Yeah, that and cheeseburgers on here. And
It's not, again, you can say the talking point all you want. That's not what it's about.
Yeah, he tried to diffuse the whole thing by saying it's just about cheeseburgers. No, it never was.
Like, what gets me is, guys, it's not just one thing. Like, can we just be clear about this? I thought his behavior, first of all, we don't need coaches. I'll stay away from whatever side of the aisle you're on. Bottom line, we don't need coaches at rallies. We don't need coaches. The way he handled himself during the Anderson thing, not great. You had your offensive coordinator disappear in the middle of the night. The Mozzie Smith thing is still one of the biggest disgraces you'll ever find. This is a player who's going a zillion miles an hour at 9 a.m., gun, ammo in the door, the whole bit. He gets on the team plane. What? Did Donovan make it to the museum? Not sure.
No, but they did tour the East Coast.
Right, and their whole bit after Tunnelgate and how they got out there and played bad actors, railroaded states players. Hey, look, the bottom line is he's done this from the beginning in trying to thumb his nose at the NCAA. Some of the things he's done, I've agreed with. I never minded the satellite camps. I thought they were interesting. I thought it was a workaround. But he's the guy who has basically asked for this. And every time, if you allow somebody to get away with 8 things, they're going to try for 9. They get away with 9, they're going to go for 10. At no point has Harbaugh ever been reined in by the school because they can't.
No. And after 10 things, you realize I can do whatever I want. And no one's ever going to say anything to me.
And that's what's happened. That's the whole premise.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just simple. He got caught. He pays the price. You don't play anybody. Thank goodness your schedule is a joke. It's Bowling Green, ECU, UNLV, and Rutgers. Rutgers. It's not going to have an impact. But I always just laugh on days like today because it doesn't matter what I say. Wolverine fans are going to get bent out of shape, and it's goofy to me. Like, just own it. Mm-hmm. Your coach is a villain. Your coach isn't somehow on some higher moral ground than these alleged scumbags you talk about. And your program's running roughshod. Now, you know what's also true? The Big Ten goes to Ann Arbor. Both things can be true. But I just know if your program's timeline of indiscretion over the last 18 months, if that were green and white or scarlet and gray and not maize and blue, think about what you would say before you waste my time. That's all I ask. It's not hard. No, I mean, that's really all I have to say. I'm not yelling about it. What he did is, it's dumb, but if he didn't lie about it, it's a non-story.
No, Mike, it is, but here's what's going to happen. It's just like when something bad happens at a school, it becomes a power ranking of, but your school did this and that and the other, and this wasn't as bad as that. And
right, we missed field goals. That's what we did.
Right.